In trauma recovery, there is a phase where the past loosens its grip and the future begins to form. February marks that threshold for me. A place where memory, grief, and becoming meet, not to pull me backward, but to move me forward. February carries weight. It is the month my Abuela was born and the month she crossed over, the month my Tio left the physical world. And yes, it is also the month I received the letter to finalize my divorce. That divorce did not happen recently. It was finalized years ago. What makes this month tender has never been paperwork. It has been grief, loss, and the long season of learning how to love again without abandoning myself. My first formal therapy began over 10 years ago, out of hope, out of commitment to growth. Years later, I returned to my former marriage with sincerity and effort, believing integration could create repair. What followed was not restoration, but clarity, and for that I am grateful. That chapter officially ended 3 years ago. And I say this without bitterness. I have now been single for 2 years and 2 months. Not disconnected, not closed, but consciously unattached. Allowing my nervous system to recalibrate, allowing my sense of self to reorganize without distortion. This year marks the first February where I did not cry. No remorse, no regret, no longing for what was. I do not miss my ex. That story completed its purpose. What I do miss is my Abuela, my Tio, the time I did not get to spend with them. During that marriage, my ex believed I was hiding parts of my life. In truth, I was creating distance from my family to keep us safe, to reduce harm, to protect the relationship. What unfolded instead revealed dynamics I could not yet name. People and energies I had intentionally kept away were brought in. Narratives were formed without me. I was blamed for doors I did not open. I was called a liar, a fool, heartless, and yet I stayed long enough to learn discernment. The difference between accountability and projection, between love and control, between truth and distortion. There was a time when my family believed my Abuela had disowned me. The truth is quieter and stronger than that. She was protecting me. She shielded me from religious attacks she knew would cause harm. She knew my truth because I never hid it from her. She taught me spirituality as she understood it, softly, without fear, without shame. Time has passed and I am still human. But something has shifted. This is the first February where grief feels integrated rather than overwhelming, where memory exists without collapse, where love remains without attachment to suffering. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means releasing the weight without releasing the wisdom. That is the quantum leap. Right now, I am in a key phase of trauma recovery. Evidence shows this is the stage where identity reorganizes, meaning replaces hypervigilance, and the nervous system begins to trust the future again. This is integration, reconnection, where insight becomes behavior and healing becomes lived experience. This is psycho-spiritual integration, not escaping reality, but inhabiting it more fully, grounded, sustainable. Many traditions describe this as a return. Healing may occur beyond what is visible, but it is incomplete until one returns to life with balance restored. This is recovery as a return to wholeness, not perfection, participation. For the rest of this month, this channel will pause. Not from avoidance, from embodiment, from honoring personal needs. My life does not revolve around numbers, views, or subscribers. Growth is not always visible. Do not confuse silence with stagnation. Healing is not only personal, it is collective. When one person integrates, intergenerational patterns soften. Shared wounds reorganize through presence, safety, and mutual care. This is how communities heal. Not through judgment, but through regulation and empathy. I anchor this work in the body. Slower breath, clearer boundaries, Safety learned through repetition. If you are in your own return phase, hear this. You are not behind. Integration often looks quiet because it is internal. After this pause, I will return to share what I have lived and learned, not as performance, as contribution. For now, I move forward with clarity. Florida closed nearly every door for me, except one. What many interpreted as punishment was protection. What looked like exposure was concealment. Rehab was not exile. It was shelter. The universe has a way of doing this. It parts waters when you are ready to walk through them. It preserves you in silence when noise would destroy you. It shapes leaders through humility rather than dominance. Through this process, I learned not to judge, but to practice empathy. Not to suppress emotion, but to alchemize it. Science, psychology, history, and spirituality all converge here. Consciousness evolves, meaning reorganizes. Reality is participatory. I remain a student, and I am ready to teach what I have embodied. Still here, still becoming.